Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Oscar and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Oscar's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The motivation and the tiny little corrections that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And as I said, the correction is a little 2-fingered tug and let go on his training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be able to choose between several different training collars so that you're comfortable with the collar that you're using. And Rich will demonstrate how to use it properly when he sees you tomorrow. Now, Oscar's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is an important exercise because it is proper leash walking, and the command is Oscar, heel.
Oscar, heel.
Now at this point, Oscar has a job to do, and that is to stay even with your left leg when he's walking. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying with you, looking up, paying attention, staying focused, and not dragging you down the street. Each time that you stop your feet, Oscar has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So when you're walking down the street, if you stop to talk to a neighbor or stop to cross traffic, Oscar should be right next to you and seated. So when you stop your feet, he's been taught to sit automatically, and that's without being told to wait for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your sit-stays help to develop focus and self-control, and we do recommend that you practice indoors as well as outdoors. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, and Oscar remains seated till Rich gets back to his shoulders. He praises him for a good job, and they take off heeling again. And he's come a very long way. He's a love bug. He's a nice guy. He's going to get a nice bath before he comes home. And you can see that he's happy doing all of his commands with Rich. That was quite the sit, but it counts.
Stay.
Rich leaves him again in another sit, stay. And remember, you can practice this. It's going to get cold. You can practice right in your living room. You don't have to go outside. Now, if he gets up, Rich tells him no, sit, stay. So he just repeats the command. And this time, instead of returning to Oscar, Rich is going to call him. And this is the come on command, and Oscar has been taught to come and sit. So that eliminates him coming and jumping all over people. Because he's a small dog, but he's not a tiny dog. And if people come over to your house that aren't particularly fond of dogs, that jumping all over you is not necessarily appreciated by your guests. So we're going to demonstrate that come on command again. You leave him in a sit stay. You walk out to the end of your leash and you turn to face him. You use his name, you lighten your tone of voice, and he's been taught to come and sit. He wants to sit right on your feet, but he's coming and sitting. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your series of down commands, and those are lay down commands. Nice automatic sit. So remember, before you give a down command, you're always going to have your dog seated first. This is your down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you're going to take your left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay at home when you're practicing again, right indoors. You're going to start out at about a minute. You're going to slowly work up over the next couple of months to a 5-minute long down stay. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him again, just as he did on the sit stay. Back to his shoulders where they started. Rich will heel him out of that, and he will demonstrate that down from a heel position again for you. Rich will be bringing home scheduling, all types of instructions for you so that you know exactly what he's been used to here at school. Left open palm, straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. Now he got up on that down, so Rich goes back.
Stay. Stay.
And repeats the command because he has to complete it the way it was taught.
Oscar, come.
Rich calls him out of that down, brings him right in to his feet.
Oscar, heel.
And then the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. And you hear Rich praising him as they're going through their exercises, telling him he's a good boy. He's going to give him a stay. He's going to turn to face him. He's not going to go all the way out to the end of the leash just yet. He's going to use his right hand to give the command, and he gives him the down stay from a distance. That was very well done. So we have demonstrated for you all of Oscar's formal obedience commands: his heel, his automatic sit, his sit stay, his down from a heel, his down from a distance, and his come. These are the commands that you're going to be working on with Oscar when he comes home. He has come a very, very long way here at school and gotten lots and lots of love. We've enjoyed having him, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.